Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of LostinTranslationmon. This time we're covering Digimon Adventure: 2020, episode 45, Activate, Metal Garurumon. I'm May, and this time, of course, I'm joined by the lovely Quinn.
Hi.
The equally lovely Chloe.
Hello.
And obviously, the equal and wonderful and lovely Evie.
Hello.
So I'm joined by three very, very lovely ladies, so I'm lucky. Very lucky. So, yes, no housekeeping this week, so we can just move straight onto the podcast. Yes, I still don't have the website because, no, I still do not have internet here. It hurts. But yes, so on to the show. The episode starts up with the children arriving at a car yard, which is really run down, and then they see a Digimon just racing around a racetrack, and it's Macmon, and it's just going around this racing circuit. And I didn't realise this at the time, but Quinn has wonderfully pointed this out to me, and this is just a reference to The Distance. I mean, it's not a reference, but it is.
It is just exactly the song The Distance by Cake. Mm-hmm.
It may as well be a reference to The Distance by Cake.
You could just replace the background music with that song and it would make sense for most of the race. Pretty much all of it.
Except people haven't left as much as they've left this mortal coil, because I think the implication is that Macmon just killed everyone.
Macmon might have killed everyone, although, maybe they just left. I could see after he killed the first few people going, you know what, I don't want to race with you anymore. Yeah. You murderous piece of crap.
I no longer want to do the death race. It's lost all its appeal, this death race. It's also, I've got to commend Digimon for not doing a Vor, by the way, and there's...
One time.
Parasites...
Macmon is,
Parasite's
basically a
not
Greymon?
Yeah, I was thinking that the whole time, that Macmon just looks like a Greymon jogress with a car.
More
and I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. They didn't do a Vor this week, but I feel like they tried to a lot.
Macmon does eat where Garurumon's foot.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
And then Metal Garurumon went in there and just, chomped down on Macmon at the end to save him. It was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Even though
almost
no actual
four.
eating happened, there were a lot of people being in other people's mouths.
Yep. Also, God, Garurumon's just mouth flaps. Please just stop.
Yeah.
Please just have them be cyclic
I like
instead of open mouth, no tongue move, but...
It reminds me so much of Princess Mononoke, and I think we've already established that the writers/animators love Studio Ghibli.
That's true.
And if we just have it as a Mononoke reference, it is actually not terrible. Because, and also the fact that, and I gush about this a lot through my notes this week, but Garurumon smiling the entire time when he's saying, "Hey, let's race," is the most precious thing. I'm glad that he doesn't have animated mouth flaps, because it just wouldn't bring across the same amount of pure joy. It is just so pleasant. But yeah, so it was
a very wholesome moment.
Yeah, it's just the animation in this episode was pretty decent. Mainly because the happiness in Garurumon's face was just so well drawn. You couldn't... It wasn't just in his mouth, it was in his eyes.
Footage.
Oh yes, definitely.
They just really lean into the whole Gabumon's just a dog thing. It's like, he's just happy as long as he's with Yamato.
Yeah, he is a dog. That was the plot of this episode. He is a greyhound.
Literally.
Yeah, this episode is just which dog is Gabumon? Oh, he's a greyhound this week. It's adorable. I'm a big fan of that.
Yep. So
Gabumon wants to run, so Gabumon evolves to Garurumon to race, and he's just entirely too happy for this whole part. And something interesting that I picked up is that Garurumon uses the word Aibot for partner, which I'm not sure if I just don't pay attention to whenever they say partner in Digimon, but I'm pretty sure they've never used Aibot. This is a new one. That's kind of cool. It's kind of
So I think original Adventure used Patona, but later seasons definitely used Aibot.
Did they? Oh, I just did not pay attention to the other seasons. I don't know. I really like that Aibot is used because it feels
Sabers was Aibot.
Was it?
Yeah, if I remember right.
I know Atmon was Buddy.
Yes, I love Buddy.
Buddy.
But to be fair, Aibot is kind of like Buddy. It's kind of like it's a buddy cop.
Yeah, Vimon, I'm your buddy.
Buddy cop, and his please stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I picked that up and I thought it was interesting, but maybe they just always use Aibot, and this is the first time I've actually used my earballs, which is a terrible
Please
way.
don't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to say earballs ever again. That sounds terrifying. Anyway, moving on. So Machmon agrees to race, and the circuit is 2.5 kilometers and has extreme bank turns, which Koshiro kind of explains to us. And I kind of like how all the characters kind of have their role this episode. Like, Koshiro gives us, like...
He's your eye in the
plans
sky with
of the area.
The traffic report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Joe, for some reason, is the commentator, which I didn't realize that he was destined for this role.
He was
like,
talking into this Digivice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
and
so
he is so precious. It took me a while to realize what he was I thought he just made like a fake little thing with some broken junk he found around, but no, it's actually his Digivice. Mm-hmm. It's so precious, and it's just... I think his true calling is probably commentating. Like, I would be 100% behind wrestling commentator Joe Kiddo.
Because, God, Gomamon could just do such good comedy with Joe as a straight man.
That'd be so good. But I was kind of looking forward to Tentomon and Joe, like, just having a back and forth. Because
that would have been cool.
You know how I like interactions with partner Digimon that aren't the partner Digimon of the person talking. It's just a nice thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they race, but suddenly Machmon's personality changes and he begins attacking Garurumon with purple tentacles. Then we have Tailmon piping up with the law because this is
by the
no
way,
joke.
This is a Frontier sequel.
Yeah, but also a Tamer's sequel.
Why is it a Tamer's
which
sequel?
we find out...
Machmon was in like the film with Grand Locomon as well. It's trains, I think.
No, Machmon's a new Digimon. It's Parasarimon who is completely new Digimon. It's Locomon in the Tamers movie.
Oh, they just look super similar.
Yeah, I guess kinda, but
just Locomon on a train.
No, it's Parasarimon.
Is it Grand Locomon I'm thinking of? That looks similar.
It's Grand Locomon and Parasarimon in the second movie.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, Grand Locomon looks like Machmon, except it's a train.
Yeah, and this one's kind of just like a go-kart. You know, people want Agumon in Smash, but I really just want Agumon in Mario Kart now.
I want Grand Locomon in Smash. Really good. Could you imagine just like, you are a train, you just go back and forth across the stage.
In Smash. Ooh, make it the Tamers one and just have random data streams that carry you to other parts of the stage.
That'd be cool.
I'd make it the adventure one and just go around various parts of Fire Island.
That could be interesting.
I only care about Atmon. I only care about Atmon now.
Then the island breaks into pieces.
Same.
Yeah, that works perfectly.
That could work.
Atmon is so good.
Atmon's... I've been thinking about it lately, and I'm just like, I that's right. Digimon could be good. Anyway, so... we find out from Tailmon, who is just the law, that the Grand Prix is not just a normal Grand Prix, it's actually a death race without rules. So I'm so glad that Tailmon chose this moment to pipe up with the law, and not, when we showed up.
Yeah, especially...
And Tailmon's like, oh!
Yeah, Tailmon was like, at the beginning, and there was like, seemed like they're about to say something, and then just, like, shut up about it.
Alright, so are there non-death race Grand Prix?
Yeah.
Yeah, how could you forget the death race? I feel like that's something you shouldn't forget. It's just, the death race. Right, the one where people would just fight while racing. Totally forgettable.
What's a good spell when she was brainwashed?
Sad we didn't get a Snidely Whiplash reference in this episode. That was so good in Frontier.
I like Muttley. I want a Muttley in this.
Yes, Muttley was in this, but
no, not exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a PSA. Everybody, please watch Scoob. It's on Netflix. I'm fairly certain. I watched it a few months ago, and it was actually a lot better than I thought.
Fair enough.
So please watch Scoob for Muttley related reasons. Anyway, so yeah, it's a death race, and then Machmon spins out, and Garurumon is able to catch him and save him, but Gabumon gets injured and kind of passes out, which I feel like we've not really seen a Digimon just pass out. Like, he just blanks out. It is just kind of worrying.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize they could pass out, and I'm concerned.
Also, you just saved the person who was literally shooting at you. Come on.
Yeah, he's the good guy.
Also, it is a children's show, so I can't be too mad, but, I suppose, okay, never mind. Garurumon shot out a blast to get going faster, but he was still going, like, Mach 2.
It was so cool!
And then Yamato just, like, did a superhero landing. And
he just Iron Man'd it.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just, like... Yamato is definitely, like, a parkour champion. Like, this isn't the first time I've seen him just do really cool stunts.
Yeah, that's true.
He, scaled a cliff to save Gabumon that one time.
Yeah, it is very cool. I can't even hate it. It is just so cool. I mean, yes, it's okay. It's a kind of like, why is this 11-year-old this sort of
jackass?
doing these? Yeah, but also kind of like if it was anybody, I'm glad it's Yamato.
Yeah, if you're gonna insist on having Taichi point out how cool he is repeatedly, at least he's doing something cool.
Yeah, like Yamato is consistently just like pretty cool. Like
he is in a boy band.
I like it.
It's still not as cool as
Basically,
your wolf breathing fire to act as like a jet engine.
Yeah, no, that is also very cool. The whole thing was cool. This whole episode, cool. Spoilers, I liked this episode. The episode was cool.
For
it
basically
was so dumb.
Filler, it's really good.
It's not filler. They get a Digivolution.
Yeah, other than that, it was filler.
This whole arc is just
we're walking to the place where eventually we're gonna fight Millenniummon again.
It's not plot. We're just getting power-ups. But it is still good. Like, I'm enjoying this so much more. Yeah, remember Devimon? Because half the cast don't.
Next episode, we're maybe going to do something with that. That looked interesting.
Yeah, I read the synopsis, like, a few weeks ago for that episode, and I just screamed in every Discord server that I was in.
I don't know anything that wasn't in the last 3 seconds, so don't tell.
Yeah, well, I know, I'm not saying anything. Like, I spoiled all my screaming. I said, hey, spoilers for the synopsis, I'm just going to scream for about 10 different paragraphs, because I think the terminology I use, and this isn't a spoiler, is they're appmoning us.
Yep,
which could mean so many different things. Because Appmon has done so much.
Yeah.
So
after seeing the next line, I can kind of put two and two together.
What you mean by appmoning in this case.
I don't personally, but based off of your descriptions of how Appmon ranks compared to all the other Digimon seasons, I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I go into any outro's going to go well today.
We got to stop talking about this subject now, but
No, I'm not going to spoil it, but like if I went into detail about exactly what I mean by appmoning, it might give it away, so I won't.
Yeah,
but yes, I'm excited for the next episode, but that is also a bad thing because I wasn't looking forward to this episode and I ended up really liking it. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, which is dangerous.
Yep.
Because the moment I have hopes for this show, the show will shatter them. Like, I have in my brain what the next episode will be, which means that if it's not, it can be not that, but it can still be good. But it is not the level of not terrible I have in my head. I will probably not enjoy it, which is really sad. But also, come on, this show will be bad if the next episode isn't
pretty good.
Isn't how I think it is. Anyway, moving on to this episode, and we'll look forward to me being disappointed and sad next week. So we have Gabumon waking up, and then we find out that Makumon actually carried him, and he apologizes, and he seems completely different now. And we find out that he has all these trophies, and Makumon says he hasn't raced for a long time, and then he explains that his old habits take over whenever he's racing, and Gabumon says that he wants to race again, and then explains how he can run because he has Yamato as a partner, and how Makumon may not have a partner, but when they run together, they'll be one. They'll be united because they're competing. And that's just such a nice way of looking at it.
It's very queer.
But also, it then kind of like, it almost foreshadows the fact that Makumon isn't actually alone. He has the parasite.
It's true.
Which is kind of like, it's kind of sad, and later on, and I know I'm jumping ahead a bit,
Makumon is it a parasite
says
if you invite it in? It's more of a symbiosis.
But people... You can invite... Yeah, it's just Venom. They're doing the plot of Venom.
They are doing the plot of Venom and a cake song.
Another movie that I really liked and nobody else liked.
Oh, Venom was so good. I really liked Venom.
It was pretty
good. It was so good. It was so dumb. Like, people said, oh, but it's really dumb. Like, yeah, it was so dumb. Wasn't it good? Like,
they did a Venom movie with no references to Spider-Man, and somehow it worked.
And also, like... He's just a good-looking guy to look at the very least. Like, I'm just like, oh, that isn't... I think he's an Australian. I think this... Is this just, like the consistent thing that the rest of the world thinks that Australians are really hot because all the actors that we give to America are really hot?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Anyway, so
plus,
this
you're not
episode
exactly hurting
is just...
the everyone from Australia is hot thing. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I can't help it. I was born here. It's a hot country.
Maybe you were born this way.
Exactly.
I was born this way. We all were. But the thing is that this is Venom meets also a little bit of Mad Max.
A little bit.
Yeah. Meets the second Tamers movie, and also The Distance by Cake.
Yep.
Which means this is an episode that I like, because it's got elements. And also Wacky Races. And also an episode of Frontier that wasn't terrible. I remember it being not terrible. Anyway, we keep on doing Frontier every week, and in a good way.
Yeah, like, I think this almost just confirms this is a Frontier sequel. Like, that's wild to me.
That was a little bit of a death race, wasn't it?
Well, and it was the Digimon Grand Prix, and no one remembers how it started anymore.
Oh
forgot
my
the Grand
gosh,
Prix.
this...
Wow.
I forgot,
It was
most of Frontier.
probably best that way, honestly.
It's the best episode of Frontier because they just do a random Trailmon race.
No, well, okay, the best episode of Frontier is the Bergamon episode, followed by the train episode.
That's valid. But I may show Chloe just the train episode.
That is fair. Like, there's so much filler that is... I mean, there's so little filler, but all the filler is good. Because there are 2 episodes of filler. So those are the only good episodes. Anyway, so Yamato is concerned by what took over Markamon and says that they'll find out probably what that is in the 450-meter death loop
That would be
banking
concerned too.
area.
450 degrees.
Like, if you meet someone and they say that their bad habit is serial killing, then your concerns are pretty valid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would say, well, I'm not going to do that again. You clearly tried to murder me.
Yeah, like his explanation is, sorry, old habits die shooting at your friends.
Yeah, old habits, you die, sort of thing. Yeah, like, I don't know why everybody else isn't that concerned, but Yamato's just like, I'm concerned that this guy will kill me.
Mm-hmm. But does it anyway.
It's just...
But
so
that's okay,
we have...
because now he has cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, which is important. And Joe is commentating with Tentamon because Koshiro was going to commentate but ended up going somewhere. And then we have Hikari...
imitating Joe, imitating Richard Little, imitating Howard Cowsell. Here to announce this race. It was a great moment.
Yeah, I love that. So we have... everyone's favourite moment, Hikari, Sora, and Mimi are dressed as Lilymon cheerleaders, and I was about to be a little bit mad, like, oh, of course, the girls are cheerleaders, but then Tucker is in a Lilymon outfit.
So
and I'm like, nope, never mind. No complaints here.
Tucker's fans,
it's great,
it was all the girls. Mm-hmm.
Like, I added in, like, Evie and Quinn will like this, and I was trying to work out who would enjoy it more, and I think I went Evie would enjoy it more.
Incorrect. I wasn't sold on it.
Because I was like, but... TK. Okay, if it was Patamon wearing the Lilymon costume, Evie would love it more.
That's true.
Probably. I don't know. After watching so much Pokemon, but James is just always so into it, and then Takaru's just like not really.
That is, you're right.
It just didn't click for me.
Look, we literally force-femmed Takaru this week. We didn't vor, so we switched to a different thing.
Oh no!
Wow!
No.
Wow!
Jesus Christ, we did, and I hate it, but I also love it. I was here for it.
Yeah,
it's nice to see.
Oh, me too.
Honestly, I just wish there'd been more than 2 seconds of it.
Yeah, and it's nice to see.
I wish it was...
be it Pokemon or Digimon. People doing like gender bent stuff without being shitty about it.
It's true.
Yeah, and I wish it was everyone wearing the Lilymon costume.
Mm-hmm. So much.
It definitely came across to me as like a 2-second gag of haha, the little boy's in a dress, which I didn't enjoy.
That's fair. I
can see where you're coming from.
I definitely had hoped there would be more than the literal one frame of it that we got. Like, have Takaru get really into it by the end and lead the cheer squad, but nah, we're done.
I wanted that.
Right?
Yeah.
Could have been so good.
Mm-hmm. I guess by anime standards, it stuck out to me as being a pretty not bad...
Yeah. They didn't go as shitty with it as they definitely could have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They didn't go as shitty as, a lot of Japanese media goes hard into it.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was only 2 seconds.
It went for more cute.
Yeah.
I liked it, though. But, we mentioned this before we started the podcast, which is an unfortunate thing, because I think it was a great conversation piece, and that's why I'm saying it again now. But we were talking about where did they get these outfits from?
I do want to know where the outfits came from, because it makes no sense, and I blame Mimi.
Like, do they just have them around because Lilymon was like a legendary warrior, so she's got a fan club that made outfits? I mean, I think it's obvious
that Mimi made them while she was back in the real world and brought them here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's why everybody couldn't wear them. She only had 4.
And she made one specifically in Takaru's size.
No, she made it for Palmon. No, it's in Palmon's size, which just so happens to be Takaru's size.
You know what? I'll go with that. Also, I want to see Palmon wearing the dress. Palmon should have had the dress.
Everyone should have had the dress.
All the Digimon really should have had the dresses too. And
I would like to see Angemon dressed like this way. Yes. I feel like that would just be perfect.
It would be so good. Someone please draw that.
I wanted to see Yamato no, racing in a dress.
Yes.
I know that the Garurumon was obviously in the race, but where Garurumon in the Lilymon costume?
Yes.
A+. War Greymon,
any
just
of the
bipedal Digimon.
Just you evolve and suddenly he's wearing the dress.
That's what triggers the evolution.
Garudamon. That'd be good.
Shinka!
There we go.
I'd love that. It's like slide evolution. But anyway, very, very cute. I enjoyed it. Like, you can read into it different ways, but I just want to read into it that it was a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Makamon is thanking Garurumon at the start of the race, and then wants him not to get near him because he doesn't want to ruin the race again, which is kind of like, okay, but you're racing,
Race me, but don't get near me.
Yeah, he wants to not ruin the race, but in doing so, he's ruining the race by saying, like, hey, just, like, don't compete with me so that I don't accidentally kill you, which I suppose is valid, but, like, both of them are going to lead to a bad race.
Yeah.
Rakes.
Joe is commentating, but Tentomon is also elsewhere now, and I absolutely just adore how into the commentating that Joe is. It's
very good.
Just completely precious.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Koshiro and Tentomon are actually flying overhead, so Tentomon is just carrying Koshiro. Not sure why we're not using Kabuterimon for this. It's just Tentomon,
so much cuter with
whatever.
Tentomon, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so much cuter. And
also,
they're
God,
watching for changes in Makamon. Oh, yes. Like, he's very brave. And maybe he just really trusts Tentomon, which is completely
he doesn't
valid.
even bat an eye. They've been doing this a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Garurumon catches up with Makamon because Yamato tells him to, and then Makamon attacks and glows purple. Then Makamon's telling him to dodge this entire time. And Koshiro advises that we're going to have the plot of the second Tamers movie because Parasimon is taking over Makamon. And then we get a bit of backstory, and it's just, I guess Makamon just totally killed literally everybody else in the race, or everyone just sort of left, or something.
Yeah, it's unclear if he killed some people and then everybody else f***ed off, or if he just kept killing people. But in any event, he no longer has friends, and it's quite possible they're in the basement.
Oh, that is horrifying.
Yikes.
So, Makamon let Parasimon in because he never wanted to lose his title, and he says how he and Parasimon are a worse version of Garurumon and Yamato, and how he lost all his friends, but he also doesn't want, if he dies, for Garurumon to be also taken over by this parasite. Garurumon evolves to Were-Garurumon, and Koshiro finds where Parasimon is in the body, and where Garurumon becomes Ultras mode. Yamato jumps and kicks where Parasimon is, and which is really cool. Continually, very cool.
Parasimon then comes up with some tentacles to hold Matt, and I'm like, if you'd just not done that, he'd have died.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I'm glad that the tentacles came out, because they saved him,
sentence.
And that's the only time
low-key the MVP for saving Yamato's life.
It's true.
Yeah, basically. Like, you're going very fast.
Yes.
So, well done. So, good on you. Yamato almost jumped to his death. Not so cool. Makamon tells them to just run, which I don't know how he would, because Yamato is in tentacles and where Garurumon is getting bitten a little bit. So, not sure how they could. Like, they don't have a chance. Yeah, attempted vor. Almost vor. Quasi-vor.
Just the tip.
Yamato says that they're friends and they won't just leave him, but not because they literally can't because of the aforementioned tentacles and semi-vor. Where Garurumon evolves to Metal Garurumon in a really cool sequence. It shows, like, the crest of friendship, and it's pretty cool. And then they defeat Parasimon, and Makamon still can't stop.
It's such a lame fight once it actually happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has a lot of cool bits after it and before it, so I forgive it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't have time to continue the fight in a long
This
amount of time.
This almost should have been a two-part episode, so that we could have gotten more filler.
Yeah, which is just like the only time we'll ever ask for filler is when the rest of the show is not so good when they don't do the filler.
If they just, cut to, the end of the episode when the evolution happened, that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah. So then we have Makamon being completely okay with dying, which is fairly dark.
It's up there for a kids show. It's fine. I'll just jump off a cliff.
It's man pain. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do love that man pain. So Metal Garurumon catches Makmon in his mouth, and then reverts to Gabumon, hopefully with the giant car Greymon out of his mouth. And they reach the goal together because they walk there, and it is so cute. It is
we did
so
cool
precious.
runnings at the end.
It was wholesome.
Yes. It was very wholesome. And speaking of wholesome, the Digimon Encyclopedia, where Gabumon takes over and narrates it.
Yay!
And he says that... Yeah, and it's so precious because he's like talking about his jaw, and Gabumon's like, "Oh, it feels really good when Yamato pats it." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Metal.
Yeah,
which is a little messed up, but
it makes me so like I don't know. This episode,
such a good boy.
What a good dog!
It was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're done discussing the synopsis, let's discuss our discussions. So what were our highlights? For me, guess what? It was everything. This episode just had me going, yeah, Digimon, they're the champions, yay! Like, which is, I think I've mentioned this every time I like an episode, but an episode of a child's anime should make me feel like the child again when I'm watching this. Like, yay, Digimon, yay!
Like glee to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Garurumon's glee made me feel glee, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yay! This is how all Digimon should be. This is how the evolution episode should be. I haven't really cared about Yamato
died
much.
for the first time in a while.
Yeah, there was no war.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess Prowess
Sort of.
died, but nobody cared.
Procymon's
the
a
bad
literal
guy.
parasite.
Like, I was not... When Makmon was being okay with dying, I thought we were just going to do what we did last episode with Pedaldramon, which...
Yeah.
It's a better
glad
episode.
That we didn't do that, because also, that was kind of messed up last week.
Twice in a row.
Hikari.
Yeah, we already did it.
And like, there was nothing Makmon could sacrifice himself to save.
Yeah.
He would literally just
even after
die
Procymonon
racing
was gone,
for no
he was
reason.
just going to jump off a cliff anyway.
Mm-hmm. Because man pain.
Yeah, because, of course.
Where's
he couldn't slow
psychologists
down
when you need them?
Mm-hmm.
Wisemon. That'd be Wisemon, right?
He's gotta go fast.
Yeah,
Gotta
he's
go
going
fast.
the distance.
That's what this was. It was also part
He's going for
Sonic
speed.
episode.
It was also part Sonic.
At
This
the
is
very
just-
beginning, I said that out loud when I was like, "Hey, it's Red Sonic."
Yep.
Oh no. Like, the moment when I realised that Sonic X had a different opening for the English dub in the rest of the world kind of broke me.
Wait, there's a Sonic with the X antibody?
No, the opening song. We got a different one in Australia.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Quinn's just being an idiot.
No X antibody. No Yggdrasil. Do not collect $200. Do not
Sonic
pass
needs to
go.
fight Yggdrasil.
No one needs to fight Yggdrasil. We're done with Yggdrasil.
God, I wish we were done with Yggdrasil. I'm sorry, King Drasil, which is so much worse.
It's also run around.
Oh, it
Because
is kind of
Evie
run
just
around.
posted that in
'Cause we all do a
Discord. It's so
run
many
around.
things.
You run around, I run
What else
around.
did we like in this
We all
episode?
do
I liked
run,
so much.
run around.
Besides musical interludes.
Oh wait, things you like, is that what we're on?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the cheerleaders, all of them.
Yes.
Like, it was just
Oh,
a
yes.
good touch to have. At least let the characters do things.
Yeah, I was very worried that they were just going to trap the rest of the cast in, like, the commentator's box.
No, they got to do things, which was nice.
Yeah.
I could have used more Joe.
Yeah, I think Joe might be my highlight. He was really into it, and I also just liked the Futurama reference that I made for myself with the voice actors impersonating
Other people.
everything.
Yeah.
That was good. I wish Gomamon had been a little more active with that. They could have used some back and forth.
Yeah, the writers can't write all the characters in one episode, so they usually just have them be silent. Like, did Sora open her mouth? Did
No.
Biomon open her mouth? Did Palmon open her mouth? I don't think even
Nope.
Mimi really technically opened her mouth.
Maybe
she had a couple
literally
lines.
just to cheer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I really wish that we'd given every character their own, beat that mattered. Like, I don't know why Sora bothered dressing up, and it would have been interesting to see if maybe Sora objected to it.
yeah.
She would have objected
enjoying
if she
it.
had to take her hat off.
Or just be like, no, this is Ty's job.
Like, what was Ty doing? He was just sort of, like, doing annoying
Watching.
commentary of staying...
Was he in this episode? I think he was just
Yes,
watching.
he did. He went, it's fast.
Yep.
They're so fast. It's like, okay, like back to wrestling references again, but I mean, I haven't watched wrestling for a while, but there are good commentators like Joe who get really into it and describe what's happening, but in like a descriptive, creative way.
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, something artistic, something that makes you, like, you're watching it, but it adds something, because you can see what's happening. You know that they are doing a fight. You can see that with your eyes. You don't need someone to say, oh, they're doing a fight! You need someone, like, you know, creatively describing the fight. So you're like, oh, it's adding something to what you can already see.
Yeah, honestly, I wish we'd gotten more Joe voiceover just throughout the race without having to necessarily pan back to his face.
Yeah.
But then there... the commentators that say, like, literally what's happening, there's commentators who describe things nicely, and Taichi was just saying, they're fast.
They're very fast.
They're very fast. It's windy. Like, that was the extent of the commentating that Taichi and Agumon were doing that nobody asked for. Yep. And then Joe was there doing the best job he could, and it was fantastic and phenomenal, and that's his calling right there. Forever.
Taichi sucks. He should have been a cheerleader.
Yeah, that's what gets me the most, is that he didn't contribute anything. He did bad commentary and didn't cheerlead.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, they're not very good at writing the whole cast into episodes, because even when the full cast is there, no, they're not really there.
Yeah, at least we didn't do a separation arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
on the other hand, no one volunteered to help.
It's a one-on-one race.
That's about to die. We should.
I mean, if it was someone besides Yamato.
Yeah, but, like, you know, you'd have expected Patamon to try to help out, maybe, as Yamato was about to die.
They're only friends sometimes.
It's true.
They thought it was going to be a clean race this time.
You can't interfere in the race that has no rules.
Yeah.
It would be unsportsmanlike.
It's against the rules. That's the one rule, to interfere.
Oh, so it's Star Trek.
Any other highlights?
Outro song's still really good.
Takaru. Yeah. Could have used more of it. Please be foreshadowing.
I have so many highlights, but I think I mentioned them all, and it's mainly just Garurumon being precious this entire episode.
He's the goodest boy.
The good doggo.
And just this episode just being cool. Like, I just enjoyed watching it. It was an enjoyable thing to watch. And that's, at the very least, what every episode should be. But I don't think that many episodes of this show I have been able to say that about. That it was just enjoyable to watch from start to finish. Like, I would watch this episode again. That's how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and I did not expect to enjoy
this
it.
This is going in the list of ones I would really recommend to someone.
Yeah. Like, are we ready to move on to the lowlights and critiques? Or have we got any other things
no.
to say?
I want something I want to bring up.
Oh, yeah?
This is way better than the War Greymon Digivolution episode.
So much.
100%.
Like,
because much better.
It doesn't come out of nowhere, and also, instead of it coming from the partner, it comes from Gabumon.
They even related it to friendship.
Yeah, like, Yamato sucks, so they just went, okay, well, we'll have Gabumon drive the Digivolution with his friendship instead.
Yeah, Yamato wasn't necessary for this episode.
Yeah.
This was the best Gabumon episode.
Yeah. You know, I think I want a reverse frontier where there just aren't any humans.
You want Digimon World 4?
Yes, but good.
And X Evolution?
Yes, but good.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, it was a good Digivolution episode. And it didn't feel like out of nowhere because there's actually some build-up to it throughout the series.
And it made me care about Yamato, which I previously have not been.
Yeah. And, I still don't care much about him, but I no longer kind of vaguely wish he were not on the show.
Yeah, lately I've been saying, oh man, I don't like these Yamato episodes. Yamato's the worst, but this episode was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The highlight of every Yamato episode has always been Gabumon.
So there's a highlight.
Yeah, nobody Takaru only had one line, and it was complaining about wearing a dress.
Oh, that's
well, not
sad.
complaining, but like questioning it.
Yeah. I definitely would have appreciated if Takaru had volunteered.
Yeah, or just him getting into it at some point. I don't know. That'd have been sweet. Any other compliments, or are we done? Are we ready for critiques?
I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Coolios, lowlights. I don't actually have any. So Quinn, you mentioned having critiques. So do you want to take it away?
Just that Joe literally wasn't necessary to this episode, and half of the cast didn't get to have lines, which is, the entire series.
Taichi did nothing. My main lowlight, I think, is that once the fight scene started, it sucked and then was over in 15 seconds, basically.
Yeah, I think I would have done the evolution a lot sooner, and then do most of the race as Metal Garurumon, rather than, very slowly eventually getting there. Also, maybe regular Garurumon shouldn't be fast enough for this.
He's a wolf.
Yeah, but he's
big
going
wolf
up against a
Garurumon.
Greymon / ultra-powered motorbike /
Yeah,
parasite.
But Garurumon's fueled by friendship.
Yeah, I like that. I like that
Friendship
so much.
electric vehicle.
Just pull up to the pump and fill up on that E80 friendship.
Yeah. You burn someone's friendship to keep going. Yeah.
Look, I
I mean, that is how real life works, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like out of all the physics that the show has brought forward and put on the table, like I am okay with friendship-based speed. Like
100%.
that is fine physics. Like at least they sort of said they can do anything when they're friendship because magic, and it's like okay, I'm here for that. Like
yeah, fine.
It's just it's not terrible physics.
I definitely, though, I think, I would not have started the episode with the recap going, by the way, we're getting Metal Garurumon this week.
Yeah, that is a sucky thing.
But at least it acknowledged the shadow, like the silhouette of the Digimon as being, like, you know, their true form, their potential. Like, that was surprising. That was something I did not expect that they were going to address in this time on. Like, I liked that.
Yeah. Let's see.
As a quick rebuttal to Ty not doing anything, Ty does way too much in every other episode, so I'm fine with him taking a back seat at any point.
Like, I don't know, if he was going to not do anything, I wished they would have just pulled a Sora and not had him open his mouth at all.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I could use a couple episodes where Ty shuts up.
That's valid.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But how would we know that they're fast if Ty didn't say something?
Definitely could have used more cheerleading. If you're going to introduce that, come on.
Really, my dress
And
is
then,
cute.
the fact that all of his friends did not try to help at any point.
Yeah.
It was definitely a Yamato episode.
Yeah,
Definitely.
They were willing to watch him die.
They just
I mean, like,
same.
to put on a good show, okay?
There aren't really any other Digimon on the team that are that suited for just running quickly.
No, but I just meant like when Yamato was being definitely not tentacle anything. Like, you know, Birdramon could have tried to swoop in with some fire or literally anything.
Anyone could have even remarked on it and been like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, like
Be careful, Yamato.
They literally just kept commentating.
Koshiro didn't, I don't think. Koshiro tried to help with, like, information or something.
Yeah, Koshiro helped a little bit.
I guess.
Koshiro's
I
always
thought it was
happy
weird.
to help. He's a good boy.
I think
I mean,
those are my lowlights.
if I was friends with
I-
Yamato, I'd probably be okay just, like, risking his death as well.
Yeah.
same,
If
to
I
be
knew
honest,
Yamato,
like-
I'd be pretty okay watching him die.
I know, not this season, but Yamato definitely was convinced to kill his friend by a tree.
It's true.
What?
Yeah, in the original adventure, Yamato meets a talking tree who tells him that
Time to kill your friend.
basically says that Tai is stealing your little brother, so go kill him.
What the?
And Gabumon just says, "Yeah, I'm fine with this."
Wow.
Gao's just like, I'll defer to you.
Then next episode, he's
Crest of friendship, by the way. Anyway, any other lowlights?
Break the Chain's not my favourite song. Be the Withers more.
Favorite character? Mine was Gabumon. Joe was a good choice, but I have to say Gabumon on the basis that smiling Garurumon blesses and gives me so much glee. Evie, who's your favorite character?
Gabumon as well. Gabumon's the best boy.
Yep, and Quinn?
Gabumon.
And Chloe?
I feel like I gotta break from the mold here and say whatever Joe's Digimon is. Whose name I don't know.
Gomamon.
Okay, because I really
Gomamon,
liked
yep.
I really liked the sort of like deadpan back and forth when Joe was commentating and being like, "Oh yeah, like oh no, where'd he go?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, he's gone. He got called out to go help." Sorry, I don't know anyone's names, but you know what I'm talking about. But if not, like I'm basically just saying that because everyone else said Gabumon, so.
That's fair.
That's valid.
I really like Gabumon this episode, and like as I said, smiling
Gabumon was
Garurumon
pretty okay.
gives me so much joy. Yeah. Alright, so what about rating? I'm going to shock everyone and give this episode a 5. I really like this episode. I can't fault it. Like, I just, like, the whole time I was just like, yay, yes, smiling Garurumon, Gerber. Like, I just really like this episode. If everyone is now allowed to tell me why I'm wrong. Evie, what was your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Coolios, I'm not too wrong then. And Quinn?
4.5.
Oh, cool. I'm not that wrong at all. And
No,
Chloe.
it's a very good episode.
I was also gonna say about a 4.5. Yeah, really, my only thing that I would have wanted differently was like a better fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the fight scene was definitely like, oh no, we animated like 18 minutes and it's a 23-minute episode. We better have the fighting.
Better just shoot a missile.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like this episode. So overall, I put it in like 5th place. I just really liked it. So it's below Clash the King of Digimon, which is episode 43, which is the Ponchomon episode, because of course it is. And then it is above episode 38, The Blazing Blue Friendship, which I believe was the episode where we had Yamato doing the parkour for memory something, and with the Joe doing the straight facts. It's that's just how that happened. For overall ranking, which I realized that I didn't mention, it's 13.5, which that's not a unique score. It is tied with episode 12, which is Lilymon, and episode 6, which is Togemon's debut episode. So
Ooh.
we have to find out. Do we like this episode more than episode 12 and episode 6? Or the same? Or...
I put it above 6, below 12.
I would agree. Quinn?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okie dokie. So that means that in our overall, that puts it in 7th place. Which I feel like that's a pretty good spot for it, because I really liked episode 12. And I also really liked episode 6, but I think this episode was better than episode 6. Which is saying a lot, because I really liked episode 6. Evie, in your personal ranking, where would you put episode 45?
I'm going to put it in 10th place, which is just above like the episode where we get Gurumon's metal blade things.
Sagittarius mode. Also, I'm fairly certain I said when we were talking about the synopsis, I think I might have called it Ultras mode, but I meant Sagittarius mode.
Stupid name either way.
Yeah, the special mode with the Winx Club mode. Anyway, and Quinn, where are we putting this episode?
Right under 12.
Right under 12.
That's exactly where I put it.
Yep.
So yeah, we're pretty much all saying that this episode is good, but not as good as episode 12. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
We just like Lilymon more.
Yeah, that is reasonable. Lilymon was technically sort of in this episode because everyone was cosplaying as her. So, I put it in 5th place, Evie put it in 10th place, and Quinn put it in 11th place, and overall it is in 7th place. So, basically this episode, we did pretty good. Pretty good. Happy with everyone not completely disagreeing with me on this episode. Like, yay, I like this episode. That makes me happy. Do we have any miscellaneous thoughts that we didn't get to mention while I get up the questions and comments for this week?
I like dogs.
I gotta know how uncomfortable it is for Metal Garurumon to have vents on his feet.
That he can use to fly.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it'd be comfortable.
I thought that was cool.
All I'm thinking of is, like, the character in My Hero Academia with the jets on his legs.
Oh, yeah.
Peter.
He's cool.
I've only seen 2 episodes.
He looks kind of like Joe.
A little bit, yeah, and same sort of similar personality. It's just, like, aggressively a character that wants to do good and be, like, the class rep.
It's interesting, though, because how many different ways are there that Metal Garurumon can fly? Because he also has the wings, right? Why does he need the feet vents?
Propulsion.
I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Redundancy,
literally
never hurt
jet
anything.
propulsion.
Yeah.
I mean, are Metal Garurumon's wings actually wings, or are they just, the things you put on cars to make them go faster, like aerodynamic stuff? Yeah, spoilers. That's what they're called.
Spoilers everywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they spoilers, or are they wings?
Probably both.
I thought they were wings because it looked like there was some, like,
Wait.
some sort of
It's really
propulsion
cool.
stuff coming out of it that, would flare up as he went faster.
I hope
think
they're
those
not
are just
spoilers,
speed
because spoilers are used to, like, increase downforce, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So they would
Increase your
inhibit his
drag so your
ability to
tires
fly.
Have better traction.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a physicist. I'm also not a doctor.
There's some science here, but I'm not a part of it. I just think they do something. I don't think they're wings, though.
I think they are wings. Like they
I think
have
they just look cool.
they have
I'm with
the
you.
glowing lights out the back and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that Metal Garurumon can be patted in the jaw.
Yay!
Also, that evolution sequence is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Oh, I hated every time they zoomed in on Machmon's eyes.
Yeah. It was
Horrifying.
uncomfortable.
In a good way, but,
Also,
I
it's
still
just-
hated it.
Like, I wish there was a little bit of plot that, like, it was actually a Greymon who wanted to go super fast, so, like, he modified himself to be, like, a car.
A Greymon who watched too much Sonic.
Yeah, what a mood. I am that Greymon. Anyway, on to the comments. On YouTube, we have Black Knightmon, who says that this episode had a nice frontline Power Ranger vibe team-up. Love the evolution, and what keeps them going back to Adventure 2020 is the soundtrack. And the show keeps on getting better and better, which I would actually agree with on this point. Like, yeah, it's definitely getting better and better, and then sometimes okay, but then mostly better. And then was wondering if anybody else got the Godzilla vibes from the epic bug and plant battle, and yeah, 100%, that was pretty cool.
Godzilla vs. Kong
next.
2020 animated.
Oh yeah. Next we have Sleek Emu 7, who says they literally forgot the Millenniumon existed. At least with Leviathan and Atmon, his presence was strong from his henchmen and affected the plot and helped the characters without being known for his own benefits. Also, I'd like to point out that there was like a sign, like in every episode, was just like L Corp. Every episode, there was just a consistent reminder that Leviathan existed because L Corp was there, and then the characters were like, "What? Leviathan and L Corp are the same thing? No!" It was hilarious. It was great.
With an L stylized slightly differently from the big bad,
which has a secret benefactor who brought the L in L Corp, but I can't tell you who he is.
Yeah, it's just
it's
very much like very evil. Anyway.
Also, then you meet the CEO when he talks about how great Edison was, and, if you weren't clear before.
Yeah.
Oh, is this
Sleek Emu 7 then says that Millenniumon didn't do anything, and why are the evil Digimon helping Millenniumon? At least with Leviathan, we were told that by the henchmen that the evil Atmon will rule the world, which was a lie, because the real plan was to help and control humanity in a forceful way and no free will. Yeah, there was a lot going on in Atmon. I would rewatch Atmon. Atmon good. Milton also is saying how Patamon is still using Pegasusmon, and they're saying how they thought that he got Angemon back. Was that a special circumstance evolution like with Ponchomon, or can Takaru just pick between Angemon and Pegasusmon when he wants? Takaru was the only one to talk, and he did say, "I'll fight with Pegasusmon." Your thoughts? And yeah, I think we kind of mentioned this a little bit in the recording, but I think that Patamon can be either, and Takaru just kind of chose that Pegasusmon would be better for that fight. I kind of like that. Like, it's not just like, this is a special one, this is like one that you can choose. I kind of wish that Ponchomon was also like that, but I think Ponchomon might have been a one-off.
Yeah, Ponchomon they made a point of saying is not a permanent evolution,
which
but
is a tragedy.
Like
it is a
Blitzgreymon.
tragedy. But much like Blitzgreymon, whereas I think so far at least Pegasusmon is the only you can just pick between them that we've gotten, which is a shame
which is still cool.
Yeah, because they kind of added Pegasusmon as an in between almost.
I don't really think it's in between. I think they're on like.
I think they're both adult strength.
Yeah, but they were kind of like he's not quite ready to reach Angemon levels of power.
I thought Angemon
so he can reach
Pegasusmon, and that would have been cool. But
yeah, I
like
kind of wish that Angemon was gone for longer.
Angemon has long flowing locks.
That's true.
Next episode going to be good. I hope.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll find out about
I
Debbie
sort
and
of
Angemon being friends once. That was some foreshadowing.
Hopefully.
30 episodes ago.
Hopefully they don't just ignore that. Next up, we have Child Emperor, who says about the height inconsistencies being ridiculous. One moment in the group shot, the kids are standing next to each other before they eat the fruit, and it shows Koshiro's top of his head reaching Taichi's neck and chin. The next shot has Koshiro reach up to Taichi's chest. Characters just grow and shrink randomly. Yeah, that happens. I'm kind of just like, occasionally there are animation things that look weird. I just think maybe he wasn't standing up straight or was slouching. There was I can sort of bend my imagination for that.
Yeah.
Camera angles.
On the other hand, I want to make a problematic height difference joke.
Oh yeah?
That's it.
Okay.
Just someone on Twitter at one point explained that you can't have characters who are both adults have a significant height difference because the shorter one is minor coded, and I think that's very, very funny.
What? But,
exactly.
What?
Yes. Dating someone shorter than you means you're a pedophile.
But
now you know.
How? It means you can only date someone who's exactly your height?
Yep, doesn't make any sense,
No.
doesn't have to, because it's Twitter, and I thought it was funny.
Them's the rules.
Does that mean like people who are like short can only that's an interesting take. I'd also delete Twitter if I saw that. Anyway, next up we have Ritza21, who says that seeing the Digidestin sleeping for the first time was plain adorable. And I mean, I think we saw them sleeping in the water episode with Marine Angemon. I think we saw them, and it was really cute. But anyway, so seeing Takaru and Yamato cuddling each other was cute, and even Kosho's cuddling with Tentamon. That's so precious. What do you think? Yep, very cute. It is precious.
Needs more cuds.
I enjoy when they actually do cute things. And I've lost my place. Okay, next up we have Seth, who says that given how much the writers like Mimi, they wish the reboot was an action shoujo with her and Sora as the big two. 100%. Please, just do that. And that is it for our comments. Do we have any further thoughts other than Garurumon being the best boy?
Oh, damn it. What else am I supposed to talk about?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have to talk about is just Garurumon being the best boy, because that was my main takeaway from this episode.
Such a good doggo.
Yep.
The best doggo. Alright everyone, thanks for joining us this time. Next time we'll be talking about episode 46, The Sword of Hope. Any predictions? I'm not going to talk because I've read the synopsis, but any predictions about me being sad? if it's not going to happen, like things that I think will happen.
Yeah, I really have no idea, except that hopefully it'll be good.
See, the problem is I can put two and two together, because you're like, I'm not going to spoil the synopsis, but I also know what upMonning is. So now I'm like very suspicious of what it's going to be.
But I've used the word upMonning to mean so many different things.
You've used it to mean like one specific thing.
I have a pretty specific thing in mind, but you could mean something different. But at least it'll not spoil it for Chloe.
I will admit to not having nearly the amount of historical background for Digimon that y'all have, but my initial inclination on seeing the little teaser for the next time was that it kind of tried to, at least the impression that I got is what they were trying to make it look like, freaking, what's his name, Angemon and Devimon might be like alter egos of each other or something. Like the way they just sort of like
they should be boyfriends.
Flashed between the two is like, oh, so are we gonna get like
I thought that was
tainted
a hologram.
Angemon turning into Devimon or something?
We could hope.
Alter egos would be so good. Like that's too good for Digimon.
You know, given that Digimon has done the whole "you can't die while I'm alive" thing before, why don't we just do that? And we can just bring back Devimon, except, hopefully better this time.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want good Devimon. I want just like Devimon, but like Impmon in Tamers, where he's like he's being kind of a naughty boy, but becomes a good guy.
I don't think he quite has the aesthetic for that.
Devimon might.
Devimon, absolutely, but Devimon, no.
Okay, comes back as Devimon. Has been a naughty boy. That is fine. That works better. Emotion carried. That's what I want. I've changed my mind. This is now what I want.
I like Devimon. He produces syringes from thin air and throws them at people.
He's just He's just an angry little wing ball. Like, I like it so much. I like angry wing balls.
The bat.
Yeah.
He is a bat. I love little bats.
And then
He's
becomes
so cute.
the devil that becomes a vampire.
Preferably a Devimon plushie.
That'd be so good.
My friend
That'd
Elsa has decided, having never seen any Digimon, that Devimon is their partner.
That is a reasonable choice.
That tracks for Elsa, yeah.
Yeah. Just had to get the trash Digimon.
Devimon's not trash. You leave my wing ball alone.
And I love
He is
him.
not.
He's rubbish baby. He's like he's the baby that you love, but is kind of a little bit rubbish.
Yeah, and that's definitely Elsa's
He's gremlin.
like, aesthetic, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
I've done a couple of Devimon commissions for Chisai. Like, shut up.
Hey, I'm not saying I don't like Devimon. He's just almost literally made of garbage.
No!
Same.
Are you bat-phobic?
Anyway,
predictions.
Any other predictions?
We're going to get Magna Angemon. I'm going to be very happy.
I'm
Angemon's going to have to overcome the darkness
that.
that he's got from when he was imprisoned or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the next time the Digimon Cyclopedias spoiling the evolution episodes.
Yeah, but that's Japan.
But we didn't get that for Pegasusmon, right?
No, the episode title was pretty clear, but they didn't quite confirm it.
But not that clear.
Yeah, it's just called Soaring Hope. This one is The Sword of Hope.
Huh. I hope it's a good episode. That's all I want. I want it to be a good episode.
The Sword of Hope, it's a good episode.
Yeah, mood.
Fingers crossed.
Any other thoughts?
Gate of Destiny's OP in Digimon World 2003.
Gate of Destiny is OP in all of Digimon. I just don't understand why. I don't like how it's a one-hit kill.
Because
it just,
we needed an
I
ultimate
get
to
it.
be able to take out Paimon in one hit.
Yeah, but it's constant, and I don't know.
It's so good for grinding though. Like you just go out and keep using it, and then when you have MP, you just go back and heal, and you just kill everything in one hit.
And Digimon World 2003 needs a lot of grinding. Trust me, I know. Good game though.
Such a good game.
Such a good game. Any other thoughts?
Gotta go fast.
Okie dokie. Gotta go faster, faster. Actually, we had Sonic X, Sonic X, Sonic X, Sonic X. That was the opening. Those are the lyrics.
Oh my
That's
Just
God.
screaming
awful.
Sonic X.
That's atrocious.
That was excuse me, that's fantastic. It gave me exactly what I needed to know about that show. Screaming
It
Sonic
was
X
Sonic X.
loudly while random flashes of the show flash at me. 100% A+ opening. Thanks. At least we got the Cardcaptor Sakura opening, which was an English version of the original Japanese version opening. So we kind of swings and roundabouts, I guess. Anyway, so still no link dump because no website, and our Redbubble's linked in description, and so are shirts and stuff. I messed that up, but I didn't exactly fumble it, so I'm going to allow myself a pass for that. So you can contact us and stay updated. So we've got an email address where you can send us spam, and that's LostinTranslationmon@gmail.com. And you can't comment on this episode on our website, but you can on YouTube. You can also follow us at TranslationMon on Twitter, and you can follow us on LostinTranslationmon on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And we have a discussion thread on With the Will, and one in the Digimon subreddit, usually. And we'd also appreciate it if you review us on any podcast catcher that you use, and if I see it, I'll read it out on the show. If I don't see it, please tweet at me or contact me or poke me in some way just to tell me to check for the review. And you can also donate to my Patreon, which is linked in the description, from as little as $1 a month. And that gets you access to a listener Discord server, but there are higher levels for more rewards, such as early episodes and unedited episodes and more, so check that out. And of course, thank you to the current supporters on Patreon, Joe, Stephen Reeves, who's Wildwing Season 4 on Archive Our Own, Kadawashi, Chisai, who has a Twitter account, Chisai236, Kyle, Lismet, who's a Lekmon on Tumblr, Nicholas, Menelmaimon, Sam, Anthony, Keith from Gone Will Hunting, a Hunter Hunter Rewatch podcast, Silverhead Freak 25, Magnus, Lucas, JCMon05, Patrick, and Jason. Or you can also make a one-off donation on PayPal, which can be found in the description. It's paypal.me/edgemon. Or you can donate to me on my coffee account, ko-fi.com/airdra. And so thank you for watching me. Oh, I've already messed up. Whoopsies. Thank you for joining me this time. Actually, that's not what I meant to say at all. Thank you so much for listening to us. There we are. Nailed it. First time, 100%. And of course, thank you to my wonderful, wonderful co-host for joining me this time. So, Quinn, where can we find you?
On the Moncast, and pretty much nowhere else anymore.
Yes, but the Moncast is important. We did that today, and we were all very tired and out of it, but we did it. We did it.
We done
Technically, we did it.
And, of course, Chloe, can we find you anywhere?
You can find me on the Lost in TranslationMon Discord server, I guess, and that's probably about it. This is Chloe as Joe, as Richard Little, as Howard Cowsell, signing off.
I like that. And wonderfully last, but of course not least, Evie, where can we find you?
You can find me over on the Moncast and on Twitter at EviePattermon.
Gee, this Moncast, we can all be found there. That's pretty cool.
If you don't listen to the episode
Except
tomorrow,
for
I'll be
Chloe.
very sad, because it's a really big one.
Yes, which I wasn't there for because I was moving house. But you can sometimes hear Chloe.
Sometimes I'll laugh
On
in
the
the
Moncast.
background on the Moncast.
I heard you laugh a few times after things, and I was just like, hey, Chloe's there, yay! Anyway, so, of course, thanks again for joining me, and thank you to the listeners for listening, because otherwise it's just really just four people screaming about Digimon, and that's just, like, when no one's listening, that's sad. Someone's listening, hey, that's entertainment. But anyway, so thanks, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye!
Bye!